We're going to be hearing from an entrepreneur, from Emma Summerfield from Aster and Lion, a jewelry business, which is, I was actually blogging about this very subject yesterday, about treating your suppliers well and working on creating a sustainable brand. So Emma, absolutely in admiration for what you're doing with your brand. I'm looking forward to hearing your story.
Thank you so much for the introduction. Let me just double check first. Can everybody see a slide with my face and a title? Perfect. That's what we want people to see. Okay, and that was such a great introduction. And yeah, so I'm the founder of a small business, Aster and Lion, and I'm also the youngest of 3 sisters. And the reason I'm telling you that is because it's actually my family home where my passion for gender equality really began. I recognized early on from the power of my 2 sisters just how important equality is. And that wasn't just from fighting for the TV remote. So for the next 7 minutes, I'm going to share with you my story and how I've taken that passion and turned it into a business. My hope is that my story inspires you to think outside of the box on how you can impact the world around you. And also there's going to be some tips on things that you can start to do now. So 12 months ago, I was actually working in a FTSE 100 financial services company, where, like I suppose nearly all corporates, there were many diversity initiatives and programs to get involved in. And believe me, I got very much involved in those programs. I put so much time and energy into those, and I'd made a huge impact. And I was actually recognized by the Financial Times for the work that I'd done, which was a very proud moment for me. I have to say though, I'd always felt slightly unfulfilled, and I'd always sat back and asked myself, well, what else can I do? And it was actually at that point that I decided to go traveling to South America, where I'd planned to spend my time volunteering with charities abroad, looking at gender equality, supporting things like micro enterprises to get off the ground for women to be able to make their own income. I'd also planned to set up a business when I'd got home, so I could directly support those women and those enterprises. Now, I'm sure it kind of goes without saying that that trip was cancelled, or at least I had to come home early. And yeah, I came back to the UK, but I still had that burning question of, but what else can I do? How else can I shift the dial on equality? And I decided that the only way I could make a change was by setting up my own business. So one day I came up with the idea of starting Aster and Lion, a business that, in my view, would go on to change the world for women through enterprise. Now, I completely understand that it seems a bit unorthodox for me to set up a brand new business in the middle of a global pandemic. And retrospectively, maybe another time would have been better. But I think it shows that when we put our minds to something, that actually we can achieve so much, even in adversity. So my business is now 5 months old, and I have 5 amazing brand partners with a range of handmade jewelry and homemade accessories. It's a small e-commerce business that elevates small-scale female entrepreneurs that are making a difference to people and planet. And I've chosen to work with female entrepreneurs because there's actually a huge gap of female-owned businesses in the UK. I just need to change my slide. Yeah, with only 32.3% being owned by women. In addition to that, the playing field for women to receive funding is unbalanced, with less than 1% of all UK venture funding being awarded to all female teams. Lastly, when women do start businesses in the UK, they're also a lot less likely to be able to grow and scale compared to their male counterparts. I've also chosen to work with impactful businesses for people and planet because it ensures that there aren't things like child labour, fair pay, and it ensures safe working conditions. And it makes sure that the manufacturer itself is quite anti-fast fashion, so using practices that are slow, reducing consumption, and making sure that the packaging and how it's transported is eco-friendly. Just to give you an example, one of the partners that I work with creates hand-poured vegan candles that donate 100% of profit towards women affected by domestic violence. I'm really proud of what I've been able to achieve with my business and how I've been able to bring that passion to life. And it's so rewarding that in the small thing that I've decided to do, that actually I can really make a difference on those statistics and put money directly in the hands of other women. So what about you? So the purpose really of this little lightning talk was to inspire you to think differently about how you can impact the world around you to take your passion and really bring it to life. Now, I'm definitely not saying you need to set up your own business, although of course that is an option. And if you want to ask me how, then I'm perfectly here for you. But there are smaller things that you can do and get started on right away. So the first step is absolutely pinpoint what your passion is. It's so important to focus your attention on one area, and then you can really make a difference. The second is to use your purchasing power. So Christmas is coming, and I have to say the power is absolutely in your hands. And where you spend money is where actually real differences can be made. For example, if you're passionate about race, shop at Black-owned businesses. If you're passionate about community, shop locally. And if you're passionate about climate change, choose sustainable business. The third thing you can do is even simpler: spread the word, talk to people, tell people about your cause and why it's important. It could be friends, family, or it could just be colleagues, just to bring it into their consciousness. The fourth thing you can do is around volunteering. Now, voluntary is actually the first thing that I did when I started to pursue my passions for gender equality. And it was so rewarding, and it really gave me the drive to do even more. And then the last thing, every single person on this call will have a role, whether it's as a business owner, whether it's in an established business themselves, or even in your home life. So my question to you is, how can you leverage that position to make a difference for the area that you're passionate about? For example, could it be who your business partners with for supplies? How far does it go in making sure that your cause is being listened to and change is being made? So these are just small ways that you can make an impact and start doing them now. But I really hope that you've enjoyed my talk, and I hope that you leave this feeling inspired. If there are any questions that you have for me, please do get in touch. I've just put my contact details up on the screen. And yeah, I look forward to hearing from you if there are. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Emma. Excellent, inspirational, and what a great story with a great message as well. Very, very best of luck to you.